This episode has been brought to you by Fornos Law Firm, devoted to optimizing your legal results at fornoslaw.com.
Welcome to Push From Life After Injury podcast for June 20th, 2013, episode 28, Leaving the Nest. I'm Ray PIZARRO.
I'm Richard Bell.
I'd like to thank our audience for being with us today. On this episode, we're going to be sharing our story with our special guest today that's going to be talking about how it was for her as a teen and transitioning from her injury, school, and ultimately living independently. So with that, we welcome Rosie. Welcome to the show.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. So we'll just start out with, well, how about a little background? Like, how was life before your injury? And at what age did you have your injury?
Well, my injury, I had it at 17. So before that, I didn't have a job or anything. Yeah, but, okay. I was in high school. I ran track and cross country. Hang out with friends, the teen stuff.
That's right.
And then something tragic happened.
Well, I had an accident at a water park when I was 17 in 2001. And I'm a C6, C7 quad.
Okay. And then what hospital did you go to initially?
I went to Pomona Valley in Pomona. And I got transferred to Rancho Los Amigos for rehab.
Okay. And then how was rehab there? Because I was there. After you, but I was there too.
It was rehab. It was difficult.
Yeah.
But it was a good hospital.
How long did you stay?
I was there for a little over 3 months.
Yeah, it's about what I averaged when I was in mine. 3 months. Yeah. Didn't get much out of it, but
I got nothing out of it. But I learned about my injury, that's for sure. That's most important.
And what was the toughest thing about rehab for you that you could remember?
Well, right from the beginning, since, the few first weeks, I couldn't sit up on a chair. And I'm like an outdoorsy person, so I just wanted sun. So I had them roll out the whole bed to the courtyard. And I just stayed out there.
Soaked in all the sunshine.
Yeah.
Because you remember, when we were in the hospital, we were always cold, right? Oh, yeah. They always had the AC turned up super high, and we're like shaking.
Yeah, and as quads, we don't really control our core temp anyway.
Their body temperature is out of whack, yes.
Yeah, so, my memories of Rancho, I can't really remember too much about it. But then after Rancho, you moved back in with your parents? Or?
Yeah, went back to my family's home. Very small home, very difficult living there. I didn't fit in the bathrooms, and the kitchen was too tight. So I basically just sat in bed.
Oh, that's not good. And but that's when you decided, I'm going to go back to school, or?
Yeah, so I went back to high school. I finished high school. I was homeschooled the first semester. My track coach was bringing me all the work, but she also did tell me that my counselors there at the high school said that I was never going to graduate and that I was not coming back to school. So I wanted to prove them wrong, and I went back to school.
Good for you.
And I graduated, and I was in homeschool the second semester. I went back to the actual school.
You proved them wrong.
Yes.
Good. Yeah, that's.
Well, how was, going back to school as, high school? I remember high school, I don't think it would be, that easy going back in a chair,
It was pretty difficult. We didn't really have that many disabled students in our high school. It was pretty difficult. I had an aide. That was a little embarrassing. I'm 17. I don't want an adult person with me at all times. So that was a little weird, for me to get used to.
Yeah, escorting you everywhere, pushing you up ramps,
yes.
Maybe helping you at your lunch breaks.
Yeah, she had to help me, feed me. She would take notes for me. Mm-hmm. She was there every single minute.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I gotta give you a big applause for just getting your mind strong enough to take that challenge. So, as young as you are, and you know, at that age, we have a lot of self-esteem issues. Oh, how do we look and all this and that. And for you to say, you know what? I'm going to go back to school. Forget the chair. I'm just going to push forward and, you know, let people see that I can still do it.
And how did your friends react?
The friends that I had, I kind of lost them, but I did gain new friends. They just didn't get it. You know, we're 17. I'm not really trying to focus on boys at that time. I'm going to rehab. And they didn't get it. So we parted ways but I made new friends, which I still have in my life.
Good for you. So after graduation, what did you transition into college after?
I went to Cerritos Community College.
Good.
And I took photography there. And that was a little bit difficult as well. I didn't have my aid anymore, so I had to get into a power chair.
Mm-hmm.
So that helped me get around, but still trying to open doors by myself. You know, carrying my books. Actually taking my own notes now. But
yeah, I could imagine those books could weigh a ton, you know, and for you to be in a manual chair pushing across campus.
Every little pound.
yeah.
Every pound you can feel.
Yeah. It's pretty
Especially
tough.
as quads, you know.
So you found photography, you really enjoyed that?
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. I took probably every single photography class there. And, well, now I'm a photographer, so.
Right on. Yeah. Got a wheelie photographer here. So how's your studio? Do you have a studio you work out of? Or?
Yes, I do mostly portraits, studio portraits. I have a studio set up at home.
Oh, cool.
Occasionally I do landscapes,
Mm-hmm.
on my own.
Right.
No weddings.
Recreationally.
No weddings
I don't do
or
any
anything.
weddings. That's kind of difficult.
Challenging.
For me. It's challenging.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they always have that stage.
Yeah,
Or
trying to
ladders.
get certain shots, you know. I mean, I could.
Yeah.
I feel like I could do anything, but it's not my thing.
Right.
Doing
No, it's a great hobby.
weddings.
You know, and later you can start making a little money of it. And we're going to run a couple of screenshots of your work, as we, you know, on our video, YouTube channel so people could check out what you do.
Yeah, and then, so you were initially living at home, then you moved out?
Yeah, I was at home for about a year and then I moved out. I had a roommate for about a year and a half, but I ended up coming back home to my parents' house. And at that time, they had moved into a bigger home now.
Mm.
So that was better, but there were still challenges.
Right.
They were not used to me being there anymore, so everything was on the top drawers. They would leave stuff on the floor. That was really annoying.
Oh, no. Yeah, I know. I know. The wife always leaves the remote on the floor.
So you stayed there for a while? And
I
then,
stayed there till I was 21.
Okay.
And then finally I decided that I had to move out again and have my own place and where I could set up however I
Yeah,
want.
lady needs her space.
That's right.
So, yeah, coming from a Hispanic family, it was difficult. They weren't too happy that I was going to leave
Mm-hmm.
again.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to.
Yeah, and I was in your shoes. I heard at age 20, 24 after that, and I'm like, I need to go. I need to start my own little adventure and be my own man and have my own things and come home at whatever time I wanted to. And we learn from our mistakes. You know, that's life. Even if you're not hurt, you're going to go through life and be like, oh my God, I messed up.
I bet when you moved out, you missed your mom's cooking, though. 'Cause
That I did.
I miss her cooking, and I didn't even live with her.
That was something, you know, little things you miss, but you always have to remember to leave on good terms because you never know what around the corner is going to lie and what situation you're going to be in where you have to fall back again. And, you know, family, they're always going to have their doors open for you. And that's what I tell everyone, you know, that does move out. Always leave on good terms and just tell them, reassure them that I'll be okay. And if I do have some issues, and I could give you guys a call to help.
Cool. And then, I saw your really nice car. So
Thank you.
when did you start driving?
Since I had just turned 17, I didn't know how to do anything else but I had my car. I got it when I was 17.
Oh, okay.
How long did it take you to drive again after?
Not long, like I said, maybe, I don't know, like 6 months later.
Wow. That has to be a record. That's quick.
I didn't know how to get in the car, but I had my license for it and everything. I just knew that that's what I wanted. You know, being a teenager. You
got to drive, yeah.
You have to.
I remember my first time I went through the drive-thru. I was like blown away. That first day, I was like, yeah, I could do a drive-thru. I don't have to starve or wait to get somewhere. You remember that.
Yeah.
Then you half drop this fries on the floor and everything else. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. And yeah, we, to this day, in and out. What's up?
Yeah. Drive-thru, baby.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. I'm really happy that you shared you know, everyone's, depending how early you get hurt, you got hurt as a teen. I guess I was considered a borderline teen. I was 20 at the time, but you know, there's times where some people make the transition and move out. Some people don't, you know, they stay home and they don't want to leave. They think they can't do it on their own. And
yeah, that's really not good. Not good for you. I think the more you try to do, the better you get at doing even the simple things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I always look forward to challenges. Any kind of challenge, doesn't matter. Yeah. And I remember my first challenge after coming home was, I couldn't move my arms really that well. So, getting the elevator to work first, cause I was determined to get to the bar across the street. Cause, you know, that's the place where everybody knew my name. So,
gotta get your cocktail in, right?
But yeah, that was the end goal, was to get there by myself without the wife knowing. So I had to, you know, work at hitting those elevator buttons, lifting my arms. So I know you went through some of the same stuff, but, I can't imagine. I mean, I had the wife, but, you moved out and did it on your own, huh?
Yeah. And it was difficult. One of the challenges that I remember was, since I am a quad too, cooking.
I was going to ask you about that. I'm like, do you cook?
I have recently started cooking because I try to, you know, eat healthier now and not go to the drive-thrus but it's more easier and convenient.
Right.
But yeah, I've learned my ways.
Like how to put the cutting board on your lap and chop up veggies and maybe have a toaster oven. You could pop stuff in there, or maybe one of those George Foreman grills or grill things.
Yeah, I use all that.
That's what he uses.
Yeah, you know, I wish I could do more, but just the thought of me throwing hot water or grease on my legs, that scares me, because I did have a friend of mine that got really bad grease burn. She was frying chicken and she was a para, but she had the handle out the wrong way. She turned and everything flipped onto her legs, and then she had I don't know what degree burns, but she was really bad, and they had to wrap both of her legs. So whatever you do, just little tips there. Just make sure you cover your legs if you're doing any grilling.
Yes, I always cover my legs.
With something that could protect you just in case.
Yes, I did burn the bottom of my hand once.
Did you feel it?
No, did not feel it. And I didn't feel it, and I guess I had a blister, and it just, I peeled it off. And for some reason, I just looked and I was like, oh my God, shoot. I just burned myself.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I think, I mean, that's happened to me where I'm like, something doesn't feel right. And I look and I've burnt my wrist
Then some people in case we heard stories where they put their laptops on their lap. They hear that story and then
it's hot.
Yeah, they get overheated and they don't know. They can't feel. They get home, they're blistered up. Their top of their knees and thighs are like.
Yeah. Always cover your legs.
Yeah. Have a little something to protect it, right?
Yeah. And if, when you fall, how much help do you need to get back into your chair?
I have fallen at home and I can't go straight from the ground to my chair. I'll try to climb like onto the couch or,
have an in-between level.
Yeah.
And then make the jump up.
Yeah.
Yeah, if me and Rich fall, we're down, and we need maybe 3 men to help us in our chair. We fall really.
At one time it took 6, but the last time you were there, it was only 3 guys.
Yeah.
They were big though.
Well, you were strapped into your chair while you were head first onto that sidewalk. So,
yeah. But I wear a seatbelt now, so that helps.
Oh, okay.
A lot belt. Buckle up for safety.
Yeah, that was, we take falls. We learn, we get rid of that fear factor, and we know that red line not to cross,
Yeah.
And we're always looking down when we roll, because those little
man,
rocks
oh my God. A few months ago, I fell on the street because of a little rock.
Yeah, that got you.
Yeah.
What happened? How did it happen?
I was going to eat. I was going to meet up my friend, and she was already inside the restaurant, and so I was late. So I didn't notice there was a little rock.
And that's all it took.
One little rock.
Yeah, and there was a car passing by. The guy got out. He helped me up. But
oh, good.
I was more embarrassed than hurt.
We all do that, yeah.
Yeah, I've fallen on my face, but, it doesn't hurt that bad. It's like nothing to be afraid of.
No.
It's gonna happen. You just try to roll with it. That's the best advice I can give.
It's a blow to your ego, definitely.
Yeah.
But,
I don't even have an ego, so it's no problem.
Yeah, it's still a little bashful. I come into wherever I'm at all red and like flushed. I'm like, dude, everyone saw me. Oh my God.
Yeah. No, I've seen him fall a couple of times.
Yeah, slow motion. Nobody was around, so I didn't feel too bad.
But I had to go get security for you.
Oh yeah, because one person wasn't enough.
No.
Your knees are everywhere. We're like jellyfish basically when we fall. Our legs are over there and elbows, knees, and we've got to gather ourselves. And we're scared of pressure sores. And oh my God, did I hurt myself?
So have you gotten out more in your chair and gotten your skill level up a lot better? Or?
Actually, yes. A year ago, I'm actually terrified of pushing my chair on the street because I'm never really by myself.
Right.
But about a year ago, I went to New York to visit a friend.
Oh, New York!
I went by myself, and I stayed in the hotel by myself. And my friend was taking too long to come get me, and I was hungry. So I I pushed about 16 blocks, I think, to Times Square by myself.
Wow.
And that was the first time that I had been out by myself on the street.
Was it fun? I know it was kind of liberating.
It was scary. I did get stuck on one of the
curb cuts.
Curb cuts, yes. Somebody just helped me a little push.
But once you got to your destination, I'm sure you were
I was
yeah.
so happy. I have like a gazillion pictures of my destination.
Yeah.
How was the airplane ride though? That's a pretty long flight. What, about 6 hours?
It was a little, my butt gets a little tired. But did
you sit on a cushion or did you just
I sat on the
regular seat?
Okay, next time don't do that because I know a couple friends that took short flights from like here to San Francisco and broke down. Their bottom broke down. So just FYI, next time just put a little pad or make sure you put your cushion there because that's the last thing you want to develop is a pressure sore.
And you just use when you travel like that, don't you use a little cushion you get from like Costco?
Yeah, you could do a cutout, foam cutout, even a foam cutout, molded, whatever. But I just, to play it safe before my chair goes underneath, I grab the cushion real quick and have them put it on the seat first and then I have no issues.
I have a high cushion now, so I don't know how that would work out.
You got to take out air. I mean, if it's an air cushion, just take out half of the air because it inflates when you go up top.
Mine's not an air cushion.
Oh, you're not an air cushion?
Which one do you have?
The one that has like gel.
Oh, the gel cushion.
Oh, J2 gel.
Yeah, J2 gel.
Okay. Yeah, I have that ride system now, and it's really hard.
I know why she said it's too high. Her legs might dangle or not touch the floor when she sits on. She'll be like way up top.
Yeah, I'm kind of tall, so imagine, that, I don't know, that wouldn't work out. I would be uncomfortable.
No, yeah, that's
nowhere to lay my head.
But wow, as we wrap up here, I mean, we're getting close to wrapping up. We'd like to, first of all, thanks Rosie for being with us and sharing your story with people. I'm sure a lot of people out there has gone to similar situations where you had to make that, leave the nest like we titled the episode. And it's
not only leave the nest, but go to New York, get out on your own.
No, that's passing. Yeah, that's doing a lot.
Yeah, that's doing a whole lot.
Yeah, we congratulate you on your brave story there. And do you have anywhere people could maybe say hi to you or contact you?
You can find me on PIZARRO.
Okay, good deal. So,
That's a good place to look.
that's right.
Yeah, you can find me on PIZARRO too. And you can also find our podcast. If you don't know already, we're on Club PIZARRO. And feel free to subscribe. And then also...
Yeah, give us a thumbs up too if you enjoyed the show, and help more people tap into our network. And we're also on iTunes, so check us out. Put us in your ear when you go out for a roll, and tap into our episodes.
And all of our videos and everything is on our website, www.pushroom.com. So check us out there. We have a lot of stuff on there, events, and blogs, and so a lot of stuff. So.
Number one thing is to get engage with people. Go out to events, go to support groups, and learn from each other. So, and remember, there's always life after injury. It's not over. So, and with that, we'll leave you. And thanks again, Rosie, for being here. And you'll be seeing more of her as she sits in for a lot more episodes. And with that, say goodbye. Peace out.
See ya.
Bye.